One of my main missions with MyPOVGuitar is to prevent overwhelm for the beginner guitarist. There's so much flying at you. There are so many websites and YouTube tutorials and lessons that it's overwhelming. And that's the main obstacle, I believe, in 2025 of learning to play guitar, is just not knowing where to start, right? My name is Brandon. This is MyPOVGuitar. I teach you how to play guitar from the player's point of view. The camera angle makes everything so much easier to learn, and each lesson builds on the previous. There's a specific starting point. That way, if you just do these simple things, they build, they compound. There is no overwhelm. You just bite by bite, eat the elephant. So overwhelm. In this video, we're going to do what I think are 6 things that you can do to prevent overwhelm in the very beginning. The first thing to do to prevent overwhelm as a beginner guitarist is to make sure that the action isn't too high on your guitar. All that means is that the strings are not too far away. They're not too high off the fretboard. The higher the action, the harder the guitar is to play. Okay, I have to I can get it in there, but I really have to. It's pretty tight, okay? Action on this thing is perfect. Okay? But this thing here, the action's crazy high on it. And to this day, I've had this guitar almost 40 years. Well, 32 years, say. It's still hard for me to play. If you have a local music shop where you can take your guitar if you think your action is too high, or get them to look at it and see what they can do to maybe lower that action for you. If you have no option to lower the action, you can still learn. I learned on a very high action guitar. It's kind of like running with ankle weights on. If you're training to be a runner, when you take them off, you're going to be stronger, you're going to run faster. If you learn on a high action guitar, once you do get one with an appropriate action on it, you'll be amazed at how good of a guitar player you are. It's like running with those weights on, and then you take them off and it's just like, wow, right? So don't lose hope if all you have is a high action guitar. Just keep plugging away. Just know it's going to be a little more difficult in the beginning. What you don't realize in the beginning is that you're training your ear as well as your hands when you're learning to play guitar. In the beginning, you really don't know what sounds good, what doesn't sound good. You're too busy trying to do the thing to really even know. It's not uncommon for many beginner guitarists to not be able to tell if their guitar is in tune or not. It's all Greek, right? It's all Greek to you in the beginning. Make sure your guitar is in tune. That way your ear behind the scenes is developing as you're learning how to play the guitar. Each string is tuned in standard tuning, and that's what we're going to talk about. There's all kinds of wonky tunings you can do. But for the most part, standard tuning, as the name implies, that's the standard, okay? So the top string, or the 6th string, is tuned to an E. The 5th string is A. So E, A. The 4th string is D. So E, A, D. 3rd string, it's your last wound string, that's a G. Your 2nd string is B, as in boy. And then the 1st string is another E. So these two are octaves. E and E. Brandon, how in the world am I going to remember that? Okay, here's a little trick to remember it. every average dad gets better eventually. Number 3 on the list of the 6 things to help you not be overwhelmed when you're trying to learn guitar is to learn how to read chord diagrams. Once you figure it out, it's a roadmap to where to put your fingers, what to strum, all the things. And with lessons from your point of view, chord diagrams make a whole lot of sense. The numbers in a chord diagram are your fingers, okay? So your thumb doesn't count. It's not a finger, it's a thumb. So your index finger is your first finger. Your middle finger is your second finger. Ring finger is the third, and pinky is the fourth, okay? So when you see numbers on a chord diagram, that's which fingers. So on the E minor, it's gonna be 1 and 2. And if you notice, it mimics the fretboard. The chord diagram is basically the fretboard turned sideways. So you'll notice it's on the 5th string, the 2nd fret, 1, 2, right here, the first finger. So that 1 is in the spot where it needs to be on the neck, okay? And then the string under it, the 4th string, is on the 2nd fret with your 2nd finger, okay? And if you notice, any string on this chord diagram that isn't fingered, it'll have a circle. That means you strum it. It's open, okay? It's an open string. Number 4 on the list of things to not be overwhelmed when you're trying to learn guitar is to learn the right chords at the right time. Start out with easy chords using fingerings that utilize your strongest fingers first. And then do some simple strumming with those easy chords. That way you're building your right hand and your left hand, at least part of your left hand, and you're actually playing something. You're gonna put your index finger, your number 1 finger, 1, on the 5th string, 2nd fret. As you can see, your middle finger, your 2nd finger is it's poised to go to that 6th string, 3rd fret, like that. It's everything but that first string. Number 5 on the list is to take those easy chords and start adding other fingerings with your weaker fingers. You've built strength up in fingers 1 and 2. Now it's time to build it up in 3 and 4. So now you're embellishing these chords that you've already learned how to play. You can actually see the progress. Oh, that E minor I was playing forever sounds cool. That easy G sounded cool. Now I'm playing the full G major. The same chords that we've been making with the same fingerings, easy C, easy G, E minor. But see that ring finger? It's always there. To make a G major chord, all you really need to do for the simple version is take that ring finger that's on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and just drop it down to the 1st string, 3rd fret. Number 6 on the list has to do with strengthening your fingers, and that's doing spider exercises. It's not the most fun thing to do, but if you're learning the chords and utilizing all 4 of the fingers that you're going to be using to make the chords, just a little warm up with the spider exercises will just double down on strengthening those fingers and will really leapfrog you and help your progression just shoot, right? This is on the 5th fret, okay? And all we're gonna do, 5th, 7th, and then eventually we're gonna get to the 8th, but you have 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? What we're going to do, we're just going to kind of do a walk up with your first 3 fingers there. And at first, we don't even have to strum. If you just want to get used to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then coming back up, we're going to go backwards, okay? 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, okay? I want you to use your 4th finger, so you're going to use your pinky, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Same exercise, we're just doing 4 instead of 3. Now I just want you to do this enough to where their strings will ring out, you know, especially with the 4, using your pinky. It's gonna be really easy to mute strings doing that. If you want these steps and more in an easy, digestible way, I invite you to go to MyPOVGuitar.com. Our beginner course, 54 lessons for the price of 2 local lessons. If you went and took 2 local lessons, an hour each, that's the same cost of this course. You can do it at your own pace. You can contact me if you need help. It's shot from your point of view. It's a no-brainer. Until then, we'll see you in the next lesson.